Hello, Xylophoney here, welcoming you back to another episode of PokéLegends! Now, today we actually got a lot of fun clips from a live stream I did, so we'll be throwing them in here, but we also got a couple errands to run. So we're gonna start right off at our vending machine here. Exile, about your rare candies and lucky blocks. I bought them all, homie. Tiger. So, Tiger appears to have bought out our entire shop. Also, before I forget, I must say, something very, very sad happened. For the first time in the history of PokéLegends, we didn't meet our like goal. Aww. It's okay, in the episode here, we still have someone added to the Moonstone Wall during the live stream portion that was added. So, you still got that. But for this episode, we're going to set a like goal of 40 since, well, we got some live stream stuff in there, but I think it's some really good stuff. Once again, if you don't watch the live streams already, I encourage you to definitely follow me on Twitch. A lot of good fun times, plus I get to talk with you guys, constantly while doing all that. So that's always very good. But anyway, let's try to hit 40 likes on this video, continuing on with what's in the machine. But we do have good news. So let's see the first bit of good news here. Come on, double. Oh my god! I was hoping to see more than a stack, but that is lovely. All them emeralds. Oh man, you know what? I'm going to spend some of these right now. Server, because we can buy warps now. So, let's see. That's not what I meant to do. Now my slash back is going to be all messed up. I don't know how to do it. Okay, wait, maybe it's slash warp. Yes, this makes sense now. Alright, now these are all quite expensive. I think I'll unlock the Ice Plains one, because that's a little far off, and, you never know when you may need that biome, so, bang. That unlocked the Mesa warp. Great. Fine. I'm not buying any more of those for right now. But we still have tons of extra emeralds. I don't think the shop is really stocked up, and once again, we'll probably be buying a couple things before the upcoming tournament. But anyway, let's also go to our second bit of good news regarding to this lovely machine right here. Them emeralds. Yeah, apparently he certainly bought out everything. But we have more blocks. So let's get this restocked. There we go. Let's go in there. Fully restocked shop. Except for the rare candies. Don't have any more rare candies, which is unfortunate. But it'll have to do. Out of order. Or rather, stock. So people don't think the rest is out of order. Okay, so now they won't go hitting this here button. We have plenty of stuff and a lucky block for myself. Droppers. That's great. That's it. We must open 2 more lucky blocks. Let's open a plus 17 and a neutral one. Oh, we got this. We got that. And we got that. Bang! Mail. We'll put that directly into the post office. And oh, that's a yellow one. Thunderbolt, Thunderwave. I got like 5 of them. Lame. All right, let's put this away. Definitely some different mail than we have. Has anyone bought it? No, I didn't think so. It's not really worth buying, but if people need it, they need it. Looks like a couple people have started putting their addresses and stuff down in the post office. I really gotta kinda get to work on finishing that building eventually. But first, I have a quest that must be completed. Now, the next tournament coming up, of course, it's going to be the Little Cup tournament. Little Pokemon, level 25 or less. Now, we had plans on maybe a Corsola, maybe a Kadabra, Lampant, Sableye. But I don't want to really use all my good TMs on Pokemon that aren't really bred at all, that I don't plan on using more in the future. So, I don't know. We might still use Sableye. But for the others, I'm not so sure. We're going to head over to Eton's place here and do some fossil work. In fact, I may need some new Pokeballs. Nah, I'll use Premier Balls. I'm fine with that. Actually, Let's head back to my house and get a... Yeah, might as well get the GS balls. This is the only time I'll... Charizard. Come on, Charizard. We'll be right back. And we're back. The reason I'm at Eton's place is because he's always used my AFK pool, so I'm going to use his fossil machine. Not sure if I said that a minute ago, but let's go. Here it is. I already got one in there with the GS ball stocked up, and it... Wow. But I also got cherish balls as well, so we're going to get all these in special balls. So no matter how it ends up, we should have a special one set up. As long as we get a female, I guess. That'd be preferable. And... there we go. We got our Anorith. And let's pop another one in there. We'll check this one out. And really we're doing Anorith just because we can easily breed them. We already have Dwebbles, which will breed with Anorith very well, both being rock bug Pokemon. So it should take no time whatsoever to get a nice 5 IV one. And I'll probably be using it in the future on my bug team anyway. So I have no guilt whatsoever TMing one of these guys up really nicely, training him up, and having a really good setup for one. So I think I will be using an Anorith, a Beedrill, and maybe the Sableye. Might use a Butterfree as well, because I'll probably also want a Butterfree trained up. We could have a mostly bug team, guys. Oh wait, no, Elekid I was already set up. Okay, so Elekid and Anorith, Beedrill, and Sableye. That could be it. That might be what we go for. That's not too bad. And, you know, it'll have two Pokemon I'm certainly using in the future. I'll probably train up Sableye and Elekid I'm just fond of, so everything should work out well for that. But I think I'm going to do all this breeding and checking this stuff off camera. Well, we can check this one real quick. A Hasty, not particularly the best. IV's 3. And yeah, no 31s on that, but we can make that happen. So we're going to hop into some of those live stream moments. I'll see you guys then. Oh no, I did find the hollowed flying gem shrine the other day. Or earlier today. They're on Savannah Plateaus. Now, it was a nice and an unfortunate moment. I was like, ooh, cool, I've never seen one of these before. The downside of it is, there could have been a Zapdos shrine right there. It was a structure spawning where Zapdos structures are supposed to spawn. Instead,
so it literally teased you.
It literally took up the spot that a Zapdos shrine would have spawned in. Like, I think it would be a 50-50 chance of it being the Sky Gem or the Zapdos Shrine.
I would have kind of been upset about that.
Yeah, I was just a little bit upset about that. Because everyone's been looking for a Zapdos Shrine. They are incredibly rare.
Yeah, they are.
And it just didn't want to happen here. And I always look at all the Larens, because I always think they're shiny. And hello to the new people who have joined. Thank you, thank you. Watch stream, thank you. So that is Prank C preparations. Now the reason it is Prank C is because there's already a Prank A, and I feel like Prank B is not appropriate for this prank, so this is Prank C. Yes, it is a random letter. I'm just trying to justify that right now. So I think the preparations for that are ready. That's going to be the next episode. That should come out on Thursday, if I follow my schedule appropriately. So that'll be the case there. Maybe Friday. But then another thing we have to do on our to-do list is the Great Wall of Phony Forest. It's not going to be that great of a wall, but I want just a relative border around my forest. Just so, you know, people don't come across thinking they can go take my wood. You know, that's an honor selected to a very few people. Now, more lucky blocks. That's what we're working on right now. Trying to stock the shop. Because we ran out and I want to have a good supply of them. Plus we can hatch eggs while we're going, so it's all good. And then as you can see, I'm hatching some eggs. So I got that Weedle and Caterpie preparing the small tawny team. So a lot of people on the YouTube video were suggesting the Beedrill. A couple were in for the Butterfree. I kind of asked which of those we should go with. We're definitely going with the Elekid on that because Elekid's awesome. And yeah, so that's that. And also, just like side task, acquire levels for armor. That's always something we wanted. Oh, hey, cowboy.
Hey.
See, something we can do in the jungle we just found. Gather vines and mushrooms to build the inner home area. We haven't worked on this in a little while. I still need to get it to looking like maximum thing. And I feel like that would probably be a higher priority than the wall around it. I just feel like, you know, I have a full out plan for the wall. I also need to build some sort of arena here, complete my pranking lair, and prepare my bug gym. So that's all stuff to do. Really, the top row is mainly things that need to be done soon. Well, that I plan to do soon, so.
How'd you end up with all this netherrack?
Mind it. Who is the biggest troll I've ever met? I don't know. A lot. Like, I don't like to really justify people who go overboard with trolling. But when people troll like once in a while, I enjoy it. For example, I troll people in UHC every now and then. I get them real scared or something just to troll them, and they have a half of a heart attack, and I laugh. I enjoy that kind of trolling. But when someone like goes out of their way to make someone suffer with trolling, I don't need that. Okay, so maybe that's what I do sometimes. But I like to think that I troll just the right amount, right, cowboy? See?
You caught me in mid-yawn. Not because you're boring, because that was boring.
Alright.
Kidding.
See? Trolling. Alright. Other than myself, I'm probably not the biggest troll I know.
You're not.
Yeah, but I don't know who is. I don't have an answer for it.
Quicker and Raid's a funny troll.
A bit. It's not. I don't really see it as trolling though.
Not because I know him and I record with him, because he actually is a good troll and his.
No, yeah, I've talked to them a couple times. I just don't necessarily. I wouldn't call that trolling, but you know who's a really good troll? That dude from Lord of the Rings that the whole group fights, and he's like big and like that's a good troll. He's probably the biggest troll I know.
Thank you.
That's a solid answer, huh? I like that. Yeah, it doesn't really... I mean, when you say who's the better troll, that's a really loaded question. Trolling is generally not a good thing. Who's the better murderer?
Charles Manson.
What do you mean by better?
Freddy Krueger.
Like, who's really good at it? Or who's, like, you know, really reasonable with it? Who does it the least? Because if that's the case, I'm a really good murderer. Well, not a good murderer, but I am the best murderer. Because I don't murder anyone. So, yeah, you could think of it like that.
Saddam Hussein?
It's just a lot. I mean, there's a lot of people who have murdered a lot of people in the past. There's also people who have murdered specific people with a lot of class, you know?
Like Adolf Hitler?
He was one of the mass murderers. Then, I mean, that's really it. Go ahead and compare, like, Jack the Ripper to, you know, Adolf Hitler. They're both murderers, and they're both very highly esteemed murderers in the murdering community. But they both have a very different system.
I come back and I hear just like murdering community. What's happening?
Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it.
What's happening on PokéLegends? What?
I'm just talking about who the best murderers are, and that's really up for debate, you know?
Holy crap on a... crap. I don't know how to answer to finish that one.
Both very highly esteemed in the murdering community. Hitler and Jack the Ripper doing their thing.
I ship it.
Like, would they admire each other? Who knows, you know? Jack the Ripper had a very specific system. You know, he didn't, like, go ahead and mass murder everyone. He didn't murder 1,000 people in a week. He didn't, you know, just, like, murder anyone of, you know, substantial... He didn't, like, assassinate anyone important. But he murdered people in such a style that made him an original. He's like a Picasso of murdering.
There's a Picasso of murdering?
Yeah, that's like a Jack the Ripper kind of thing. When if you look at, you know, people who perform genocide, they're more of the artists you see today that, you know, do a lot of work for a lot of people. You know, they just put out a lot of art, and, you know, that, like a big company you know, doing that kind of thing, and they just like a lot of people see it, and a lot of people are affected by it. It's a very different system, but both very effective.
This conversation is taking a turn for the worse. I swear.
Yeah. Questions asked, I'll answer.
You should.
And we are nearly at the end of that cup of coffee.
This is what I don't get. Why don't you have a coffee pot in your room?
Because then I would get to go downstairs and see my family. Duh.
This is true.
I want to see their faces every once in a while so I don't forget what they look like. Come on.
Hey, are you my brother?
I'm sure I could try to even more actively avoid my family, but I don't want to do that.
I tend to.
Yeah, like, I tend to do it, but not on purpose or anything, so... You know, any excuse I can get to go down there, you know, I'll take it.
I wonder if anybody uses Moultrie Shrine. If so, I'm going to be highly upset.
Well, there's a bunch of Moultrie Shrines, though, so...
Yeah, but I found this one by myself.
Plus, I think they changed the settings so you can actually use them more than once. I don't know, that's just what Dark was saying, and, well, he's the one who does the setting changing.
I don't trust him.
I don't necessarily either, but, you know, everything adds up. So I give it a 50-50 shot.
Watch, he's probably listening to or watching the stream now.
Nothing ill is being said. Well, not from me. Maybe from you, but...
You're right. I hate you, Dark.
Wow.
You owe me $15.
Oh. That wasn't Dark. That was Waddles.
Okay.
Jeez, Cowboy. Going and putting hate in the wrong place again.
Both deserve it.
Wow.
I'm such a dick. And I'm sorry.
Literally just called Cowboy out about this yesterday. Oh, man. What about burritos? Burritos are excellent murderers. You see, they do it in a very unique way. They do it slowly. They increase your calorie count for a very long time over the course of your life. Now, they recognize the human anatomy. They know of a thing called your arteries, and they tend to clog it very slowly and effectively over time, either causing you into cardiac arrest or simply dying, you know, a very slow and painful death.
So worth
Oh wait, we're not talking about murderers anymore? Oh. Whoopsie.
I would totally go down in a blaze of glory by a burrito.
I love streaming. That's just what this comes down to.
When are we gonna get that sub button for you?
Oh no.
We need Xylo to get raided by someone big.
It's happened a couple times. Well, no one massive, I don't think, but...
We're just waiting for Syndicate to, you know...
Yeah, let's just get all of Mionite to raid me. That sounds good.
That'd be insane.
That would be monstrous.
Sitting here, hey, look, I went up to 50,000 viewers off a raid.
And how many of them will stay?
Worst case scenario, it's still like 1,000.
Yeah, actually, that's best case scenario.
Well, I don't know, like, when someone's raided, it's usually like, you know, 5% of the people that stay. So.
I found another mesa biome.
Burritos cause gas, slowly killing you with methane intoxication. It depends on the burrito.
They're not wrong.
I don't know. I just don't fart, so.
Just hold it in, let it pass.
No, I just burp instead.
Farts turn to burps.
He's an ladylike. He doesn't poo.
I don't think it's ladylike if you hear the burps I throw out sometimes, but it's just one of those things. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to, you know, say, hey, I don't fart. No, I just, you know, I burp. That's how I get rid of gas.
Are you saying that Now I'm disgusting that I fart.
There's nothing wrong with farting. I just don't do it. It's not a choice I make. It's just, I guess, a choice my body makes.
I find that hard to believe.
Yeah.
That's
like
just
really, like once every couple days at most.
This has got the.
It's just a rare occurrence for me.
This is really weird. How did we get from one subject to another and still be really weird about it?
I went from, what was it, something to murderers, to murderous burritos, to gas, to Xylo doesn't fart. It's a pretty standard progression chain.
Still find that hard to believe.
I don't poo, I barf.
Ew.
Well, I don't think that's true. I'm not gonna say that one's true, but I mean, I do barf sometimes.
It has
generally happened. Yeah, it has happened. So I guess there's no proof against this. I just think it's, you know, but probably even a weaker ratio barfing to puking than farting to burping. This is a great conversation. But yeah, my fart to burp ratio is probably like 1 to 99. My puke to poop ratio, oh, might be around the same. I think it's a little more in the poop's favor than that, though. What about you guys? What's your ratios? Someone highlight this entire conversation, please.
The weirdest stuff ever.
Upload.
Ooh, Master Ball loot.
Is
I
that?
throw it like a master ball.
Oh, that's
Focus
water.
blast. Hello.
Oh, you got Focus Blast finally?
Yeah. Like, it seems like one of those ones that like no one's gotten that much.
I already got. I have one.
Yeah, it's like it's never been in Tiger's shop. Is my corrected answer. So.
Well, it was.
Hey. Tiger's supposed to tell me when he restocks the shop. I'm supposed to go in there and buy it out.
Oh,
Come on, Tiger.
There's lag.
Oh man. So no one's giving the ratios? Okay. Seems like people left the chat. Whoops.
People are like, oh, I don't want to hear about this.
Got a little too real for us, did it? It's possible. I still love a speech my teacher had. I think it was like 11th grade or something. And it was just an entire speech about like everybody poops. Girls poop. Girls fart. And stuff like that. And it was funny because, I mean, of course everyone knows it's true. It's just he like was saying it like a persuasive argument. And it was amazing. And just like putting such enthusiasm into it.
Girls tell you otherwise, they're freaking lying.
Mm-hmm.
I had to switch my F words there.
it was well dropped. Yeah, and then you know, that was a teacher I really liked. We had like you know, trivia tournament stuff with a couple of my friends and stuff. He was always our captain for that. A lot of funny moments with that. And then 2 years after I get out of high school, apparently he's fired for sexual charges.
Oh no!
And me and all my friends were like, what? How? He was like the coolest teacher ever, and it's just like, well, not the coolest ever. He was a really cool teacher, though.
Apparently he was really cool with the lady.
Apparently. I mean, he's just a nice guy to everyone. It's just some of those things you wouldn't expect. I guess it was more of like 4 years after I got out of school. Yeah, because like, I think it was a year I got out of school where one of my other favorite teachers, which was probably the most hated teacher in the whole school, he taught my American government class and my advanced history class, since, as you guys probably know, I was really into the whole history thing, hence being, you know, a history major in college. And I liked that class because it was like the most challenging class, and I wanted to challenge myself in that department. But realistically, he was a bit of a jerk, and he like died the year after I got out of school, and it was just like, wow, it's actually kind of sad. I'm sure, like my friends around me are like, yeah, and I'm like, geez, I'm sure there's a ton of students that are actually happy about this, and that's the saddest part about this thing. So it's pretty dark. So I got on stream. We're having a good day today, CIA. Let's see, what other teachers have I had with strange situations? I think those are two of the only real ones there. And then there's of course all the teacher rumors, but I don't give credit to any of those. Yeah. I think that's all I got for that conversation. What's next? Yeah, and I'm just, while I'm here, just grabbing some of this mossy stone for the wall plan here. I mean, while I'm 14,000 blocks out, I'd like to continue looking for lucky blocks.
I have yet to find one of those biomes.
Oh, Mega Taiga?
Yeah.
I found a couple.
I have yet to find one.
Well, if you want to go 15,000 blocks out, I can tell you where one is. But I'm pretty sure there's one just to the west of the mesa that you know of. So if you just fly around in that area a little bit.
Southwest. I've just been flying
yeah.
southwest.
There's one generally around there. Oh yeah, no, there was a teacher I had in college who was a super biased, like very liberal teacher. Like it was to such a point where she encouraged us to make arguments, you know, playing against you know, what you believe in, just, you know, for good argument's sake. And then she like graded me poorly for it because she said the facts were wrong, and I'm sitting here dropping real facts on her, and she's just saying, no, this is not true. And I'm like, but I have my sources cited, like, you know, you said to do, where are your sources, blah blah blah. And then that was one of the classes I didn't get such a good grade in, because I actively mouthed off to my teacher and continued to do this kind of thing.
It sounds like me. I would literally sit there and mouth off to my teacher.
Because I mean, I don't really like to, you know, get into political conversations, but when it comes to like liberal conservative standpoints, I'm generally more of a conservative standpoint person. Now, it's not necessarily in my best interest or any of that. It's just generally thoughts that I believe in, and I believe everyone should be entitled to whatever they feel like believing in. So, but this teacher, like, legitimately said like facts that I threw out were wrong half the time. And it was just bad. So I think like one of the biggest ones were like, I wrote a I think it was 15-page paper on corn syrup and, you know, the health downfalls and benefits of it and all that kind of stuff. Because if you know, corn syrup is like in half the stuff we drink these days. Anything that's sweet probably has corn syrup in it. I think we had this conversation before about how corn is in like all American food. But I'm putting down facts like, yeah, it's bad, but it's just as bad as, like, you know, sugar, other sweeteners, other things like that. And the teacher just flipped out at that. Because she was like, no, it's really bad for you. You should never have this. And I'm like, well, if you're going to say that, then there's, like, a million things. And I'm just sitting there defending it. And it was just bad. So, oh, that's one thing.
That's the one thing that teachers don't like. They don't like to be proven wrong.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what I always loved to do. I loved to prove, well, generally, if you know me well enough, I generally like to just prove people wrong, not specifically teachers, not specifically professionals. I really enjoy proving someone wrong when they are saying something stupid and they feel so right about it. It's just in me. I like to correct people when I can. And if I can get a laugh out of it while I'm doing it, by all means. Like, obviously, at some of the comments I've put in school against the teachers, yeah, I've had half the classes laughing. Yeah, it's mostly because, you know, school students are immature. But, yeah, it's just something I've always enjoyed doing. But, yeah. That's me. Now, what has chat been saying? Okay, not much. See, sometimes you go around and give girls a massage, they call you misogynistic. It happens. Going back to the puns now, are we? Always a welcome thing in Xylostreams. Nearly killed your love for writing? Oh, that's awful. Yeah. I mean, I guess, like, my college teachers kind of killed my love for history, but I don't think it was anything they did wrong on purpose. Oh, no!
Oh, no! Oh, no!
Oh my god, I found an amazing cave. There was gold everywhere. Tons of iron.
Rough.
I dig down and I don't see the lava all the way down there. I'm like, okay, let me just walk forward a little bit, and I'm dead.
The downsides of being so comfortable with the keep inventory.
Anyways, you were talking about teachers almost killing your love of history.
Yeah, I think it was mainly just the college system and how things are done. It just like it really became, you know, less about, you know, the history and the story in history, and more about like the specific facts. Like in high school and you know, other college, I guess community college for me, history was always, you know, about the story and like the cool facts and relations with it, which is obviously, you know, the most enjoyable part. And it just became too much about the specifics, and not only the specifics of like the history dates and stuff itself, but the specifics of like certain mindsets and writing things. Like, well, I guess one of the things that turned me away from it was Chicago style paper writing. Like, it's a completely different and annoying style of writing educational papers, and it's just annoying because I was always so used to and fond of MLA format when it came to writing college papers. But we could not do that anymore, and it's just stupid.
Style.
Yeah, it's mostly just for history stuff, and I just think it's really stupid that there's a specific thing that just for history things.
That's a lucky block, and I want that.
Yeah, I just picked one up too. Hello, Joshua.
That was a really bad lucky block.
Man, I wish we had more people in the stream right now. We're really having some fun conversations. Well, not really fun conversations, but some real conversations.
Master Ball loot. What's in it? What do we got? Toxic Orb. Okay.
Alright.
Ooh, what a glide score.
Let's see, let me... Oh yeah, they probably got that poison heal now, eh?
Yes.
Drawn for some nice, deep conversation. Nice and deep shouldn't go together when I'm trying to advertise myself.
No.
No. Some intense conversation topics.
At least you didn't put in the same sentence, nice, deep, intense conversation.
Some big, deep in your face conversations.
That's kind of terrible as well.
It's also true. Xylophoney. Big, deep, in your face topics. There, it's been done.
There, it's been done. There you go.
I put those things together. I have them separated by exclamation points, though. So we're all good. Oh, I don't think a teacher went out of her way to, you know, give you hell in a class. She may have whenever the opportunity arose, which obviously if you're in a class with someone, the opportunity is going to arise plenty. And, you know, taking advantage of such opportunities, but, you know.
Teachers don't really do that.
Do you believe in the afterlife? That's a bit of a conversation change.
Yeah,
Not particularly.
one.
Yeah, I don't want to really go too far into that one either. What kind of intense conversations? Alright, so we went from, you know, murderers, you know, the finest murderers, the best murderers, to burritos, to gas, to me not farting, to a teacher telling me a speech about how everyone farts, to teachers that I've had in school, to mindsets I've had towards educational systems, to where we are right now. It's It's been a good stream. Hey, I don't include myself. Last time I did the Twitch raffle, I won out of like 20-something people twice in a row. That's like 5 divided by... That's a very small chance. I'm pretty sure it's a 0.25 chance of that actually happening. Gosh. Well, I don't know if Joshua's speaking up. Might have to throw something else. Might have to do another Moonstone raffle, guys. I don't know. Sounds like people want another. I'm gonna give Joshua a chance though. Cause I guess he deserves a chance, but is it gonna happen? I don't know. Oh, this is a little rough, I don't know. Do we do another one? Why am I not on it?
Oh, no,
Well, because you haven't won the raffle, and you don't comment on the videos. Simple as that. It's easy to get on the wall if you comment on the videos. But
how
found a
far
house.
out is it, Richie?
Alright, I guess we're gonna do another little winner raffle. Joshua chose the wrong moment to go get a fresh cup of coffee.
I just want to know where Blue Knight lives.
What do you mean that there's a lot of mods? I'm pretty sure you're the only mod around right now, Exile.
I mean, I got chat open, but...
What do?
Oh, wow.
Like...
Okay.
So far, every time we've done this, we've done it. It's gotten the same person twice, and it's been a person that we can't put on the wall.
Hey, a jungle biome.
This wall, though.
Oh, it's not jungle. Is it?
Yeah, I know. I know. I just don't get a lot of comments from you, Jojo. Some of these other people, they comment a lot. It's all good. All right, we're dropping another one.
I found a jungle biome. I'm sure you already found this one, though. Dialogue got quiet. This is not good.
Yep. Where'd my mouse fly off to? Guys, where'd I throw my mouse? Oh, here it is. No, it just slid a little bit when I threw my headset. Oh, that fell out of it. Did I done break my mouse? Y'all gonna make me break my mouse. Up in here, up in here. Fixed it. Let's do this.
So you'll learn your lesson. Don't throw your mouse. Get out of my way, Dollar.
Okay. 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 Alright, please, Daddy. What do you want me to put up there as your name? What are we throwing up there? You win.
If you're in string, oops.
No, he's there. That was an experience. The raffles, man. I'm sorry. Europe leb? Is that like a leb from Europe?
I hate that word so much now.
Technically, the original plebs were from Europe, so he didn't leave. He said "woo" the second after he won. I'm pretty sure he's just trying to think of a cool name. Put the name Giuseppe. Okay. I don't know what that means, but Moonstone Wall don't lie. Do one more. We don't have more levels. A legendary has spawned in the beach biome. Hey. I'm near the beach. Any beaches, grab a boat and let's ride. Was it one of you guys that had this one? Or was it mine? Oh, no, it's me. Hello, Mr. Shuikun. Alright, let's do our thing where we get our park ball out in case we need it. Let's swap the sports balls back into the bag so they don't intervene. And we need to pop down an emergency PC to get a fresh Pokemon out. Now, I already have a Suicune, but I'm down to get another one. The one I have is from an egg, so this is a bit more of a legit Suicune. Alright, let's grab Celebi. Let's get you in there. Toss that. Alright, now Celebi should be able to fight Suicune just fine. I am still going to be limited into what I can do against him, so we'll see. We're gonna... You know, we're gonna see if we can catch one in a quick ball. That would be amazing, a Suicune in a quick ball. Obviously, it's not gonna go too easily at the beginning. It used Gust. We're gonna go for a Magical Leaf. It's a good, reasonable amount of damage there. Alright, I don't think it can really hurt me that badly. And I think something's broken and I can't hurt it at all. Alright, hopefully it's just my Celebi that's broken. Let's send out Elekid to give ourselves a nice soft switch out. Let's go into Charizard. Hit it with an Air Slash. Okay, it's broken, so I cannot hurt him. That's inconvenient. We might just have to Park Ball him. We'll use these 4 dive balls just in case something magical happens, but I don't think it's going to. Oh, that looks real close. Yeah, like, can I get a false swipe on them? Nah, this ain't working. Celebi, let's get a recover in here. Make sure I stay nice and healthy. Can we pop a Leech Seed on him? Maybe that'll work. No, it's not. Hit up another recover just in case. Now, we are faster than him, so... for all we know, maybe his health just isn't showing properly, but I'm pretty sure he's glitched. The dive balls are giving it a lot of opportunity, so I really feel like it might be the way. Alright, we're going to throw 3 more. 1 more quick ball. Actually, no, we're going to throw 4 more. 1 more quick ball. I'm sure the quick ball won't do it now. Oh, Smile was growing too big. Couldn't have that happen. A Premier Ball, and then 1 more Dive Ball. If that doesn't work, we'll Park Ball it. Because that is worth the Park Ball. No, fresh Suicune. Got extra sensory on it. Pretty worth it, I'd say. I don't know if they usually have extra sensory or not. Plus, I don't want to just leave him behind, and since I can't physically attack him, well, it's, you know, it's unfortunate. Alright, we do have to go with the Park Ball. But it's actually my first time using the Park Ball, so sweet. There we go, he popped out. What? No, not really. That sounds good. Old Archer. And... oh, first legendary 70% Pokédex complete! Yoli, yoli, yoli. That is the first time I actually call legendary legit in this, so... awesome. Very, very nice. Yeah, I just think that would be really funny. Because, like, I'm completely down for roleplaying. It's just, I wouldn't be able to take it 100% seriously. But it's fun, you know, because as, like, a, you know, content creator, I guess you would call me, I like generating story, which is what roleplay is. So I think it's cool. Some people don't agree, but I'm down. Oh, making custom models for. Ooh, fancy, fancy. So that's what you've been doing all this time. Hey kid, hey kid. Hi illy kid. Oh. Yeah. It's just I used to play on a Minecraft roleplay server. That was alright. It's just my friend got he got banned, so we kind of stopped playing on that. So. Oh, that's the ivy. So I was like, what just happened? Yeah, exactly. Give me these 3. But it was pretty good. Like, and it was awesome. Like, we had set up this ability that was through a jungle, but it was this really nice walled-off cities, and I was a boat crafting master with a silver tongue, and I ended up making a bunch of boats, and then eventually the guy who was king at the time that we started he ended up going into exile, and someone took over his throne. So what we ended up doing was he came to us, and he was like, look, I want to take the throne back, and I would like you guys to help me do this. This can be our launching zone for rebellion. They're doing bad things. We're going to take it back. And we lost. Stories. I do want to tell this story, though. Alright, so... oh, no, my chat disconnected? No, we need chat for this. Hold on, I'm waiting. I love how I just said we lost. And then decide to tell the story afterwards. Alright, so our EVs are there. Okay. Now let's pop up a couple here. Actually, we want to find a nice 3 there. Alright, yeah, chat seems to be back. Awesome. See it. This server, I think it was called Gilderon. And it was on, I think it was Dungeons and Dragons styled. My friend had to explain to me how to do all the things with the roles and everything, and I was just a warrior making, I think it was called Fighter, and I was making up the stuff as I went along just because it's simple to understand if you just be a random brute that charges into things. But yeah, we're all set up like that, and the king had come to us, and he was all talking about, you know, we need to take this back. There's plenty of people who still support me. They're doing some nasty bad things, and you know, they don't really deserve to be in power. So we were all like, yeah, for sure, we're gonna we got your back. And then, you know, we were gonna become his 2 chief advisors and whatnot. Our people would be become, you know, the royal guard and all that, and that kind of stuff would go. And we were gonna use our navy, our naval power, because we were the naval power, since I just felt like building boats at that time, because it was literally, to have a boat, you build a boat. And I had this really big warship that was my personal ship, and everyone was always in awe of it. And that thing was like, eventually it just became really important. So we ended up going on this revolution right off the bat. We were able to catch them by surprise and take 2 towns with a 2-pronged attack. So we took 2 people's towns, and there was actually people running these towns with other people serving in these towns. It was like, you know, a couple hundred people role-playing on this server. And so we took those 2 over, and, you know, immediately the king was like, alright, I will have this one as my personal city, all its taxes will go to me, and this one will go to you guys. And it's like, oh, sweet. And then we put one of our guys in charge of watching that, and things were going real well for a while. And then eventually they all group up and start coming after us. And then eventually my friend, he you know, gets a little desperate. He becomes a werewolf, which kind of hurts our cause. We get a couple werewolves to join us, and it gets really bad. And then there's this one really crazy hunter that's constantly trying to assassinate us, and literally he almost like took out my friend once, but I was there to save the day. The king was actually or the previous king was never actually in major danger, because he was like apparently the highest ranking warrior in all of the land, so he was training me up to be really good there. So eventually they took back the places and pushed us back to our forest, our city in there. So then we were in there. They ended up having like an army outside our walls, and slowly but surely they were able to take over the city. Unfortunately, things that happened like that, and they had a little help from the inside because some of our guys had gotten a little desperate, as I had said. And so then we kind of went into exile. We all got on my big ship, and we left. We kind of tried to do a couple attacks from the ship, but it just wasn't enough. We tried to make peace, wouldn't work out. So we just had to leave. The king went into exile. My character ended up going through a drastic change. He kind of changed his personality a bit. He was really scarred up after like the last battle when like his ship was almost destroyed. So he ended up like just shaving his head and like his scarred face. You could hardly recognize him. So he just tried to be someone else. Ended up joining the city guard and slowly garnering some more support to overthrow the leaders of the kingdom. And at this point, I think my friend who was co-leader with me previously was just kind of running rampage in his whole werewolf schemes and all that. And he was just running through that and getting himself in lots of trouble. And I was just laying low, joining the town guard, doing stuff like that. Making a bit of a respectable name for myself. But then, this one rat that was my captain of guard for my city, he comes back, he rats me out. He's like the one guy who would recognize me. And he was a dang werewolf too. He was just as bad as all these other guys. So he sniffed me out. He knew it was me by my scent. And so he calls it out. And then eventually, I'm set to do a trial by combat with someone who used to be like an angel or something. I don't know how that works. But I'm like a really decent warrior at this time, and they're like a really decent hunter or something. And it would be a pretty solid fight. Like, it could go either way. I'd probably lose it. But then what ends up happening is one of the corrupted officials comes in and ends up just taking me out of my prison cell. And I'm the first person executed on the server. They had a nice little anvil drop guillotine set up, and that's how I died. And I didn't feel like making a new character after that. My friend kind of started hacking at one point. So yeah, that's how that happened. But I went through it. My character went out with honor. He wanted that trial by combat, which was, in their legal system, what was supposed to happen. But it was taken from him. That corrupt government. And I like to think that my death served as a launching point to let the people see how corrupt they were, but I don't think that happened. So my death was in vain. Pretty sad. And that was that server. So yeah, that's just pretty snazzy. Yeah, that's the thing. Like when you do it in a game, though, there's also like just based action stuff that kind of happens. Like you don't have to say the person was running through the forest and all that. Well, no, the person just runs through the forest. Yeah, Storytime is back. Thank you, cool ship, and welcome, Poke Girl. Alright, let's check out this Caterpie. We gotta check out his nature. Hardy. Alright, and it's a male, so we'll toss him. Do I like fast Pixelmon? Yeah, I like having speed on my... Like, if they're an attacker, I like them fast with good attack. I like them to be a sweeper. If they're tanky, I don't care about the speed. I just want them to take those hits. Like, I like the extremes. I don't really like a lot of middle ground Pokemon and Pixelmon all that much. Well, I like them, it's just I don't use them as much, rather. Because that's when you have to get really specific and, a lot of variables. But, like, yeah. I like to think some of the best Pokemon are, like, Jolteon and Aerodactyl. Just because you can set them up with any kind of attacking items you want. And then, you have all that speed that people really aren't going to pass anyway. So you got that covered without even trying. Interesting tangent to go off on, but, yeah. 'Tis truth. Yeah, it's really kind of a long-term thing that it comes down to. But I don't know, I like it. And in the game that we're thinking of playing, it's actually kind of like live action, and there's like an in-voice chat. The game is Reign of Kings, and it's kind of like one of those survival games, like it's like DayZ, sort of. Except it's medieval, not zombie-based, and there's crafting and stuff in it. So we can make our little kingdom and all that. Yeah, I'm definitely more of a in-action role player if it came down to it. I don't actually really like the, typed out things. I do love, stories. It's just I'm not a big reader, is what it comes down to. Like, I would any day rather watch a movie than read a book. And I know it's disappointing. Like, usually books are better than the movies from the story standpoint, but I just don't like reading. I don't get the same, visual thrill in my head that other people do. So, that's just me. And that is everything I have to show you from that live stream. Once again, if you did miss the live stream, you can always see more on twitch.tv/Xylophoney. Tons of fun moments like that, really awkward and intense conversations to be had. But I think it's always a good time. Anyway, if we can hit that 40 like goal on this video, we'll get some more people on that Moonstone wall. Next episode is going to be the Little Cup tournament, which I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be able to finish doing all my training for that. But we'll have at least something coming out there, and maybe a bit of a chance at winning. I mean, we're bringing our Ela kid into battle, so it's going to be a good day no matter what. But I think that'll be it. So, thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time.